We know that for many clinicians, documentation is the most time-consuming part of the job. That's why we recently released Care Aide, your AI-powered assistant. Care Aide is an additional set of AI-powered features designed to support you across the care journey. Before the session, Care Aide helps with prep through intake summaries and client-specific session prep. During the session, the new Session Sidekick window provides helpful tools right beside the Telehealth window. And after the session, Care Aide streamlines follow-ups and clinical documentation with client summaries and treatment planner. I'm Travis from SimplePractice, and let's take a look at Care Aide. First up, intake summaries. When a client submits their intake paperwork, Care Aide reviews all the materials for you. To view the intake summary, I'll open the client's profile. Right here above the administrative note is the new intake summary box. I'll click the arrow to expand this window. This summarizes the client's overview, clinical alerts, scored measures, questionnaires, and demographics in a clean, easy-to-read outline. The number of completed and pending consent forms are also listed here, so that's a good reminder of any outstanding forms. As the client completes documents prior to the appointment, the intake summary will show that updates are available, so you have the most current information. Now I'll click to this upcoming appointment to see the next Care Aide feature, Session Prep. Session Prep brings together clinical alerts, session reminders, and the last session summary, all right on the appointment page. So now, in addition to using the appointment page after your session to edit your note-taker draft notes, which are here on the Note tab, you can use the appointment page as a place to prepare before your session, here on the Overview tab. In this case, 2 clinical alerts appear here at the top, highlighting anything that should be top of mind for the session. Below that, Care Aide generates a list of session reminders based on past progress notes. During the session, these display as a checklist inside the Session Sidekick. So if you want to make sure you cover something, or even just remember to ask for an updated insurance card, you can add that here. So I'll click Add Reminder to remember that insurance card. These can also be deleted with the trash can button or click and drag to rearrange them. At the bottom of the session prep window is this last session summary, so you can quickly get a refresher. This session prep content is also accessible directly from the Telehealth session start screen, so I'll click right here to start the Telehealth session. Here in the waiting room, there's a new button to open the Session Sidekick. I'll click to open the Session Sidekick. This displays your session reminders at the top for before and during the session. Here you can add a new reminder by clicking the plus button. Down at the bottom, the Session Sidekick has quick action buttons. Before the session, the options are Session Prep, which calls up the last session summary, or Last Progress Note, to review the previous note without leaving the screen. During the session, this presents a few more features, so let's go ahead and start the session. Here in the Telehealth window next to the Record Audio button is the new button for Session Sidekick. I'll click it and it opens right to the side of the Telehealth window, for your reference only. Your clients cannot see this window. At the top are session reminders, which now can be checked off, reorganized, or deleted to keep the appointment on track. And of course, you can use the Add Reminder button if something comes up that you want to revisit. Below that, the quick action options are Quick Replay and Session Recap. These use the secure note-taker transcription and become available after there's been at least 2 minutes of transcribed session audio. First though, I'll make sure to start the note-taker recording just as usual. These features don't work without note-taker recording, so make sure to click that. So now that we have some session content, I can click the Quick Replay and it posts a transcript, as you can see, of the last 60 seconds. So if you missed something, you can quickly review what they said using their own words. And clicking Session Recap, that instantly pulls together a list of key themes discussed so far. So if a session feels a bit scattered or you need to ground the conversation, you can quickly use this for a mid-session check-in. Session Recap is also great when you're nearing the end of the session to quickly review any key topics, patterns, and set next steps before your next appointment. So those are the tools for during your session. So now I'll close this session and return to the appointment page, so we can review the Care Aide features for after the session, starting with client summaries. So here we are on the appointment page after the session. In addition to the session prep summary, we have the AI-generated client summary. These are different from progress notes because they're designed to be shared directly with the client, providing clear, actionable takeaways and even homework assignments. This gives you an easy way to improve client engagement between sessions. This feature requires transcript content, which can come from Note-Taker, or I can open the session content flyout and dictate some notes, or upload a session recording or written notes. Since this session had Note-Taker running, the client summary was automatically created right here. From here, I can click and edit the wording, and click to save. I'll click Share, and then I can send it to the client through the client portal. The Note-Taker draft note is available in the Note tab here. And I can access the full transcript by clicking the Session Content button. Now, as the client progresses, you might need to update the treatment plan, so let's look at Care Aide's new Treatment Planner. The Treatment Planner generates treatment plans quickly with the help of AI using existing progress notes, diagnoses, and assessments. To do this, I'll navigate to the client's profile page and click New, then select Diagnosis and Treatment Plan. I'll select a diagnosis and then I'll click this new Draft Plan option. Care Aide looks at all the signed and locked progress notes from the past 90 days, as well as intake documents, to build this draft. Once it's ready, the treatment plan will have presenting problems, goals, and objectives for this client and their treatment. I can review the draft and type directions in the Refine box for quick revisions. For example, I'll type List the goals as bullet points. Below, I can click Load into Plan, and everything becomes fully editable. The presenting problem, the goals, and the objectives, and the treatment frequency. Here, I'll review and edit things just to make sure that everything is accurate, clinically appropriate, and customized to this client's needs. Then I'll click Save, confirm that I've reviewed it, then sign. And just like that, we have a high-quality treatment plan in a fraction of the time. This is also a great tool for updating existing treatment plans. So if your best practices require regular updates as the client progresses, you can come back here at any time and rerun the planner. And as a note, saved treatment plans are never automatically updated. You can only rerun treatment planner if the plan hasn't been signed and locked. To edit a plan, I'll open it in the client profile. Just like usual, I can click the pencil icon to enter edit mode, and here I can click the draft plan button again. Treatment Planner uses recent documentation such as progress notes, scored measures, and other documentation added since the last plan was created to suggest treatment plan updates. When it's done, I can click to load it into the plan and then click Confirm if I'm placing a plan that's already there. Or rather than editing an existing plan, you can also create a new treatment plan at your designated review date. We know that data security is your top priority. Like Note-Taker, each Care Aide tool is fully HIPAA compliant. Protected health information is never sold and is safeguarded by strict technical controls, including the fact that SimplePractice is HITRUST certified. Thanks so much for watching this overview of our new Care Aide feature set. Start your trial today and see how more support for you means even better care for your clients. Thanks for watching.